What is up, guys? It's your boy, TGS Boneless, also known as Andre, and welcome back to another night of the Friday Night Foreigners. I am here with,
Seth, it's me. It's Seth. You know who I am.
and also
Obviously.
we have a special guest because Jonathan isn't here. Say hello, Sean.
Hi.
That's me. Anytime somebody I don't know talks to me.
Right.
And
Hi.
if y'all can't hear it, we have, or at least me, I have better audio equipment now. And Seth should be getting his new audio equipment very soon.
Yes. Hopefully
So
in the
we're
next few
hoping
weeks.
to actually make this podcast a real thing that we want to keep going for a long time. And we thank y'all for all the support you've been giving us and allowing us to, keep doing this. Because honestly, we could have stopped the second episode, right? Like, as soon as we saw, less views than the first one, we could have been like, give up. I'm done. Nope. Podcast is over. It was a failure. I spent $500 for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about that is you gotta keep grinding. That's how YouTube works these days. Is there's so many people trying to start these podcasts over, so many people trying to do this stuff. You just gotta keep working. I think y'all are doing a great job with that. Y'all are consistently uploading every Friday, and yeah. Hope.
Mainly because that easily fits in our schedule.
Yep. And because
Nice.
Foreigners and Fridays is cool.
Exactly.
Speaking
Alliteration.
of something that's pretty dope, the PS5 release date has finally been revealed. And
It has.
it's supposed to be holiday of 2020. Have y'all seen what the new PS5 looks like?
I have not. I cannot say
It
so.
looks interesting.
Yeah, I think I saw a picture of it on Snapchat on a Snapchat story about the PS5. I'm not sure if that's an actual picture though.
It is.
It was weird.
I can't say I just saw it, and that is, yeah, that's weird looking.
Here, I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but the CEO of the CEO of Sony has said that the new thing, if y'all don't know, is ray tracing. It's kind of a buzzword now, and because y'all aren't nerds, probably, to put it lightly, ray tracing is basically put reflections on a game, put it on ultra settings. That would be ray tracing on low. Ray tracing is basically higher quality shadows, higher quality reflections, and it's better than anything we've ever had, period, in every single way, except for one thing. It really hurts performance.
Yep.
On the PC side, we've had ray tracing with the new RTX series of graphics cards, but if anyone that's had an RTX series card would know, as soon as you turn ray tracing on, you should be looking at probably half your frame rate. It's pretty tragic. And what they said is that they could get it to work, but the chances that it would be the same as PC, because it's a console, it's obviously not going to be as good.
Yeah, that's the thing I have with these consoles trying to do the ray tracing, like what you just said. Probably the cost is gonna be a lot higher if they try to do that, to try to get a system that can reach even minimum requirements to run ray tracing. Because keep in mind, in order to run ray tracing on a decent FPS, you're gonna spend upwards of $1,000, $1,500.
You're
While
right.
if you like Xbox One for now, when it came out, it was like $400. So would you rather not do ray tracing and still be available to the regular consumer market, or would you do ray tracing and have it for higher class people? Because that's the thing they have to think about. They want to have better systems, they want to compete with PCs, but you still have to think about the people that are on the lower end that can only have are available to consoles.
You have to think about it. The point of consoles was that they're the best price to performance, period.
Yep.
That is their main selling point, is that they're less than a PC for pretty good enough gameplay.
Yeah.
But
that's
think about this. The cheapest graphics card for PC that has ray tracing support is the price of an Xbox One S.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
can run most ray tracing on low at like 30 FPS, 40 at the best.
Yeah, that's what I was hinting at earlier about it's gonna be expensive if someone doesn't do something about the price, because that's what's really gonna kill them if they try to do.
What I honestly think they're going to do is they're going to have a simpler form of ray tracing where it isn't as big as PC or it isn't as dynamic, but it's going to make it look a tad bit better. Because remember, another selling point that people have been wanting is high refresh rate gaming on consoles, which I honestly think is way more realistic.
Yeah, I think about that as well, because I think
Ref-
they're trying to get up towards like the PC's level, and I think maybe only limiting ray tracing to a couple of games if that's possible.
Yeah, like
Like for example,
sightseeing games.
Minecraft.
Well, yeah.
Minecraft is coming out with ray tracing. Maybe
Also,
they could
like
have the option to do
sightseeing
that.
games,
That would be weird.
like say Detroit Become Human, or like I don't know, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Those games they're not competitive. You don't need to have billions of FPS on it because you're not. It's like a thematic game. It's supposed to be a movie, and remember,
It's supposed to be pretty.
ray tracing was first used on movies.
Yeah, that's what I think, because they shouldn't. Maybe it should be able to be used on competitive games, but they should focus on making it work for more thematic games like Detroit Become Human and things like that.
Yeah,
Like
and
just because it would just look better, because they don't need a very high frame rate for it to look good.
yeah, and
like, they need a-
personally, oh sorry, you continue.
They need a good frame rate, but they don't need as much as competitive.
Yeah. And with me, when I think of high refresh rate, this is gonna sound really bad to everyone. This is gonna sound bad. I'm sorry. This is gonna be the PC fanboy in me. How are y'all gonna run games at 120 FPS if y'all can barely run games at 30?
Well, I want to bring something in as well.
I mean, that's kind of a roast
they're-
on
they're-
console, but
They're supposed to be, like you said, price per whatever.
Price to
performance.
performance.
Yeah, price to performance. You said that, as well as, like I said earlier, they're trying to like appeal to the consumer market. You know, the average American home, the average just home in general. They're trying to make it cheap, and they're trying to make it playable on different games. So I'm just saying, not many people are gonna have 144 hertz monitors.
That
They're
is
probably gonna
another
have
thing.
60 hertz TVs, like a
And-
natural family.
that is why I personally think I'm glad the fact that they went to 4K options instead of high refresh rate 1080p, because it would have been easy for them to just like they could have bolted on 144 FPS support to PlayStation, but they know that people don't really care, and if you're gonna butter up for a pro gaming experience, that's kind of what a PC is for.
Yeah.
I think what they should worry about is just improving their hardware, not going to like RTX and stuff, but just improving the hardware in general so you can run 60 hertz at least. Because I believe running 30 hertz for a $400 system that's supposed to appeal to the market, I don't think that's necessarily fair, because it seems like they're running most of these games at maybe medium to high settings and they're struggling.
They're struggling. And another thing
Yeah.
is, it is becoming an even better time to build a PC with Ryzen and with the RX 5500, which again is supposed to be ridiculous for the price. Like, you can now build a $300, $400 PC that would smash a console.
Yeah.
But
Which
we
is
don't know
why
how
they're trying
powerful.
to keep up.
Here's the thing: we don't know how powerful the PS5 is going to be. Will it be more powerful than the 5500 XT and the Ryzen 3rd gen? I don't think so. Do I hope they do it so there's like competition? Because we don't even know what Microsoft is going to do. Or apparently the Nintendo Switch Pro is supposed to be the same performance as a PS4.
Which is a big.
Think about that. We're going
big
for
leap.
this is going to be a
Big
PS4 that you can fit in your pocket.
That's pretty
It's
crazy.
big expectations. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed if it doesn't meet that expectation.
That's
But-
very true. Like, whenever people see the words ray tracing, they're thinking of like pro grade, like like ultra details at 4K and everything maxed, when they're gonna be kind of disappointed when they realize, hey, why does this look almost the same?
Yeah.
They don't see. This is again the problem with most console gamers. They just really don't understand new things. Like, let's say ray tracing. They don't understand ray tracing like a PC gamer would understand it. Because PC knows ray tracing, yeah, it's cool, but it's not that important. But for console players, they see ray tracing as, oh, we're going to be better than a PC now. We have ray tracing too. It's like, do you even know what that is?
Well, I mean, you
I'm
can
not-
also just
not-
bring out the point that's been being made for years is we have customizability. You know,
Yeah,
like
but they have... like,
and we have the ability to be a lot better than them because they would be running ray tracing now, like you said, probably 30 FPS. With a PC, you have the customizability, and you can run at 60, 80, whatever.
you can run whatever frame rate you want, whatever settings you want, and not be confined. Because that's another thing, honestly, I hate about the Nintendo. I don't hate a lot of things about the Nintendo Switch. In my opinion, the Nintendo Switch was the best console of this generation, which could be a little biased. Could be a little. But
Because
when-
you are a Nintendo boy.
yeah, but like, I consider...
I mean,
because-
I'm a Nintendo boy as well. I grew up on Wii and shit.
Yeah, like I'm gonna let me take this statement back. I would say PS4 and Nintendo both had basically this, like, they were the big players. Xbox not so much. This, even though they had the most powerful console, and the PS4 still sold better, and it's clear why. And the Switch came out of nowhere and just like everyone now, apparently, I looked at this statistic that said like right now currently the best selling game console for this month is the Nintendo Switch. Last month was the Nintendo Switch. The month before that, the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Because everyone's
It's because-
everyone's like, oh, look at this dope little thing. This thing is amazing. It's like a PS4 in my pocket. I want that.
Yeah, they're running console games on almost
You're telling
slightly
me-
bigger
you're-
than a cell phone device.
Yeah, you're telling me that I can run real games not on a phone? Oh, sign me up. Oh, there's
Yeah.
a smaller version? Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, I
And-
think the Nintendo Switch has done a great job with all that. But I mean, going back to the PS5 though, my thoughts on that thing, I think they should just like focus on higher refresh rates, like you said, and improve on the hardware. Because with the new games coming out, because think about it, the Xbox has been out for 4 years. It can
Yeah.
still handle new games, but is it doing it well? No, it's not. Is struggling, and I think they need to look towards the future with new games coming. Because think about it, graphics are becoming a lot more demanding now these days.
That's
And
true.
I think they need to look towards the future. I think they need to limit their hardware and their money to where it's worth it.
I feel you. But, and I know this is going to sound kind of rough, but like, if you're really going for the fact that this is a living room experience, maybe they should stick to just doing ray tracing and leave high refresh rate gaming to PCs. If you want a competitive experience, get a PC. If you want to lay on your couch and just play games with your friends, you can do that on a console.
It's
But
true.
will you be able to get that for $400 once it
That
comes out?
also
It's
could be a
probably
good point. 144 FPS gaming for $400? Hell yeah, sign me up.
Well, I'm not saying that it needs to be 144 hertz. I'm saying it can, like most games can stay at 60 on high.
That's a
That's
good
what
point.
I'm trying to bring
I'd
out.
say
If
like esports games.
Because most living rooms and families don't have 144 hertz gaming monitors. They have 60 hertz TVs.
That
They
or
have
the-
smart TVs.
Or the new
know?
BFGDs, which are big format gaming displays, which are basically just massive monitors. And those things are like
Yeah.
$8,000. You really think the average consumer is going to have an $8,000 TV that's strictly made for gaming? No.
I mean, from a background of just console gaming for years, I don't see the point in trying to spend all this money for very little frame rate and ray tracing. I would rather have a more enjoyable experience with the higher refresh rate of 60
Yeah.
hertz.
That and
And-
also, yeah, I would rather them try to make every game run at 4K 60 FPS than them trying to add details to it.
And
Like-
so my final thoughts on the PS5. I think they should just focus on the future of games, because I feel they didn't do too well with that with the PS4 as well as the Xbox. They did. I don't think they did well looking forward into the future with their hardware. The hardware didn't stand against like a chance against some of these games at all.
You're right. Seth, what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is like kind of like Sean. They should not try to catch up with PC and just try to make their console better. Not don't They shouldn't try to keep their eyes on catching up with PC because they're behind enough where that's gonna make them struggle more.
I would agree. Speaking of something that I somewhat agree on, apparently there is this new trend that's happening where celebrities and most people are doing this thing called cell phone detox. And if you don't know what a detox is, it's basically just like cleansing your body of something. So these people believe that they're addicted to their phones. They believe that they are. And so, what is one thing they're going to do about it? They're going to switch not to no phone, but to flip phones.
Huh.
You heard it here first. Flip phones apparently have gotten an 8% increase in market share.
Really?
Yup. And not like the Galaxy Fold flip phone. I'm talking old school Nokia stuff.
Well, Nokia isn't that bad. You can't
Raspberries.
discriminate them like that.
Yeah, I'm talking
Raspberries,
mid
man,
1980s. Whoa, bam! Flick out your phone. Hit me your number, girl.
I mean, to be honest, I don't know how to feel about that because most of these people that have addictions it's just a social media type of thing. It's not like they're addicted to games.
Or people are overreacting to what addiction is. Most people aren't really addicted to their phones. Sure, they use it a lot, but
Yeah.
that's like
Some people use their phone for good reasons like work and stuff. And
yeah. And if you're thinking you're overusing your phone for work, sorry.
if you needed to do your job, you're not overusing it.
Yeah, like some people would think that me spending an hour on my PC is addicting. Sir, this is kind of like my job.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is my
another thing
And
about
then they wouldn't see it as addicting if they look over to the other side of the actual addiction, which is like 10-hour long just sitting on the PC.
that, and also like you don't want to go places because of your PC. Like
yeah.
addiction isn't you like something. Addiction isn't a passion. Because if addiction was passion, then I would be addicted to building PCs. I would be addicted to basketball. But
I'd be addicted to reading or drawing.
And that sounds really stupid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, it sounds okay when you're like, oh, you're addicted to your phone. It doesn't sound okay when you say you're addicted to reading a book.
yeah.
Like that just makes no sense.
When they think about it, like if you think about it, if you put the same context with the phone than reading, they don't think it's an addiction. Like if someone spends 4 hours on their phone, they're
It's
gonna
an
be like,
addiction.
oh, they're addicted. But then when you spend 4 hours reading and not talking to anybody and being antisocial, the same way you would with a phone, they're not concerned about it.
And what if you're reading a book on your phone? Nope.
Exactly.
You're using. I hate this about not just parents, but just older people in general. They blame everything on tech. Shootings, murdering.
Mom, I threw up in the bathroom. Yeah, I bet it was that phone. What?
Well, I mean, also you were saying that there was an 8% increase in flip phones. If there's really an addiction, is it worth it back? Like I know this may not make sense to some people, but the flip phones are behind. They really are. They are old technology. Most
They're
people
literally
these days
called dumb phones.
They need smartphones because you need emails. You need all these things that a old phone doesn't have. It's a
Not
necessity these days.
necessarily.
And that may sound good, that may sound bad, but it's how technology has advanced and you have to deal with it.
And maybe flip phones wouldn't be the right term. They're considered dumb phones, which are basically just phones that don't have any internet capabilities. So no video playback, no streaming music, no social media, and no Internet Explorer. No internet of any kind.
Not only is it all the internet
So
stuff,
basically
but it's
a flip
also
phone.
the speed.
Yeah.
It's
Apparently
very behind.
there are brand new phones coming out that are 4G are $350, but are flip phones, and they are
Perfect.
called detox phones.
There's 5G now.
Yes, I know, and they're not even using 4G LTE. Why? Because they don't need it. Okay, think about this. You're spending $350 on a phone that can call and text. That's it. There is a phone out there that is $350. It only shows text. There are no graphics on the phone. No app icons, no anything like that. Literally just
Exactly.
everything is done in text. You know how much an iPhone 7 costs?
What, maybe
$200.
$400?
Yeah, no, $200. You know how much an iPhone 8 costs? $300.
Yeah.
You're paying $50 more than a phone that can do about.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, going back to what I was saying is it's not possible to live in the society we're in with just a flip phone or a dumb phone, like what you said. Because you have the emails, you have the social media. You're gonna need that if you are having any type of job, because you're gonna need to go on the internet. You're gonna need to search up these applications. You're going, and even with like college, for example, you're gonna need to apply to these places. You're gonna need to do all these things that are all only online on a
Apparently,
smartphone.
apparently 80% of all adults say they own a phone, and 96% of them say that they require it.
Exactly.
Which means that literally only 4% of people who own phones say they don't need it. And have a
Yeah,
legitimate
exactly.
reason that they don't. I mean, again, if you told me to, I could live without my phone for an entire day. Why? Because I'm not really, because I have other things. If you tell me to
I
live with, if you
honestly
tell
do
me I'm
that.
not allowed to look at technology for a day, this includes technology everywhere. That's another thing as well. Whenever people say you're addicted, that the world is addicted to technology, think about this. In school, what do we look at? Projectors. What powers those projectors? Computers. What do we have in schools nowadays? Yeah, computer labs. No one's getting mad about that.
Nope.
No one's getting mad that we're literally like we can use computers for hours and hours and then at school. Oh, it's fine because it's for learning. Pulled out 1 second in a park. You're just ruining the. All you care about is that dumb phone. People are arguing for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
they're
with-
ignoring the actual facts.
And people give so much hate to. It's the same thing with video games. Everything, gun violence. It must have been a video game. Trump said it one time. Trump. This is just
the
another
president of this country.
Another reason why he should be impeached. By the way.
well,
He- okay,
with
that's a
today's
joke. That's a joke.
society and technology, any technology is really necessary. It's how today's society is working. It revolves around technology advancements. Like what we were talking about earlier, the PS5. It's gonna need improvements to keep up with the market, in
Yeah.
games. But with like the smartphones, you're gonna have to keep updating it to keep up with the new advancements with
Also-
social media and all the things you're required to
Yeah.
do. Same with computers. Everything revolves around computers. It all starts from the computer. And people can say, "Oh, we need to banish computers," because 99.9% of the things you're doing are powered
Exactly.
by some form of computer.
What
Exactly.
what people sound like is that we should all be Amish. And I want them to understand what would it be like if we didn't have computers.
It would be-
Imagine the slow communication between us and other countries.
Imagine
we
this
did
little
not have the
communication between us
technology.
and your friends.
Not only that, it would
Exactly.
a stock market crash hard. Everything would disappear. Economic disasters all around the world. Like people are
'Cause it all
thinking
depends
phones
on
are the issue. Everything technology's ruining the world. It's actually improving
It's
it. if you
exactly,
think
it's
about it.
growing the world. Technology brings so many people together. I wouldn't have met a lot of people if I just, again, the only way I communicate with my father is from on the internet. Period. I would not know anything that's happening with him unless the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, at a band comp last weekend, I met some really cool people from a different school, and they live like an hour and 30 minutes away. So I would not be able to continue a friendship with them without a phone.
A lot
Or
of people
technology.
my sister My sister lives in Benbrook, and if you don't know, that's about 30 minutes from here. Think about this. I wouldn't be able to talk to my sister for like instantly without technology. I would not be able to be a part of her life. I wouldn't be able to help. Again, say people are in need of help. Say people are depressed. Say people are just they're at the edge of suicide. What are they gonna do? Send a letter to the National fucking Mental Health Society? Really? And you're gonna tell
Think
me
about, like,
yeah, you're gonna tell me technology's stupid. Scientific advancements.
Well, I think it's just the more advances that happen, the more technology is going to become a relevant factor in the world. Because right now, especially in the United States, is technology is everywhere. It's a necessity to most people because it's a requirement for what they're trying to do. And I think that's my final thoughts is with the most of the things people do nowadays, they're gonna need it. They can't just switch to a smartphone, I mean a flip phone, dumb phone, whatever you want to call it, and be fine in the world. They're not gonna know when certain things are happening. They're gonna have access to the internet and all that.
By the way, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Apple, Microsoft, Apple, Microsoft, Apple, Microsoft, Samsung, and what was the other one? Crap, I forgot. And Sony. All of them that make technology are part of the top 5 biggest company, top 5% biggest companies in the world. So,
like, imagine.
so it's not just like America knows them. Like literally, you go to any country, they're gonna know what an iPhone is.
Yeah.
They're gonna know what a smartphone is.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, imagine how long it would take to like look something up if you didn't have Google. You would have to go to like a textbook and look through that textbook until you found what you were looking for.
Exactly. Versus literally, I could Hey Siri anything and it would just work.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Shut
I
up.
heard it.
Any final thoughts, guys, about this?
Just it's unneeded. It's like, have you
People,
seen the video?
yeah, people, please, before you argue or yell about something, please know what the crap you're talking about.
Yeah. It's just kind of off topic, but have you seen the video of like animal rights activists getting branded like cows?
What?
Yeah, I saw a video, and it was a video of animal rights activists, and they were having a protest, and they were getting branded like cows because they're standing up for cow rights or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't realize that cows do not feel pain the same way we do. Like, they were on the ground like crying and screaming from the pain of having their skin burnt. Cows just like it's basically like poking them. They get
Yeah.
up and walk away afterwards. Just know what you're talking about and what you're doing before you do it.
That and also God made cows not just to be there, but to kind of like we wouldn't eat them if they weren't designed to be. Notice why we don't eat scorpions.
They weren't meant to be eaten.
They weren't meant to be eaten.
So
So
yeah, I think that's
basically,
one of the things.
if you don't want to be eaten, grow a really spiky tail.
But
Exactly.
yeah, I think that relates to what we're talking about a lot because if you really want to make an argument about how phones are ruining the world, have backup and research to support your answer. And look at trendy topics that are happening. Look what's happening to the world. The world is growing more and more towards technology advancements more than anything.
Yeah, and dependence on technology to run because
Yep.
it's a needed function because everything would be a lot slower.
Yup.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And speaking
Okay.
of running, we are going to be running to this really dank game that we found.
Dauntless.
Dauntless, yeah. So I'm probably going to put some gameplay footage up right now.
I'm not aware of that. Can you explain that to me?
Dauntless is basically World of Warcraft combined with like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let everybody know one reason that we decided to play Dauntless is not because it is going in the YouTube like gaming community right now. It's also because it's crossplay and Andre does not have a console.
Well, a console that
So
can
do I.
play that.
Yeah.
And
so know
also
that we're not doing
another
this
thing about it
to
is that
ride the
it is
wave.
completely free, which means
Yeah.
y'all can even join in on the fun if you want to.
We are
Yeah.
not sponsored.
We're
Not sponsored, by the way.
yet. Hint, hint. Epic Games,
We're,
please.
people, we're kids in high school. We would not get sponsored by Epic Games.
What you were saying about the cross-platform, I think more companies need to be looking at that stuff.
Did
to
you know?
ease of
Did you know?
access.
PlayStation, then Sony finally said, "Sure, we'll cross-play. I'm sure, fine."
Yeah.
After Nintendo's been begging, please, we want to be your friend, and they're like, "Ew, why? Because you're
Yeah.
about to beat us in market share? Ew, no."
It's a marketing technique because if they don't make it crossplay, it sells more. They get more money. 'Cause if
Yup.
they make it crossplay, then all the different consoles can just buy the same game.
That's just
But
like
then they
how
put out different discs for each console.
that's
and they
like
rake in more.
that's like how Apple was kind of a jerkbag to anyone who bought Power Beats Pros and didn't have an iPhone, because certain things you just can't do. Like you can't check battery life on Android if you with the Power Beats Pros. Period.
Yeah.
You can't, and so that's kind of Apple's way of saying you should have bought an iPhone. Sucks to be poor. But yeah,
It's
But
like
yeah.
it's like some games not being released on other consoles because PS4 is like, oh no, or other consoles are like, no, I want that game specifically for PS4.
yeah.
So
I
if they
mean,
wanna
for
play
some
it, they
games,
gotta
like
get-
some games like Detroit
or
Become
Xbox.
Human that were specially designed for PS4, sure, because they're not that popular. Like it's a story game.
Yeah,
But games
is
that are
not-
like Fortnite, PlayStation, like Sony was having a riot. Like, I don't want people to play with PlayStation, and Epic Games said, "Too bad. Sucks to be you."
Well, it's also
Pick your
not like it's
tears
gonna
up.
affect them. It's a free game. That's my thing. It's a
Yeah.
free game that's cross-platform.
So
that's
is
available to
Dauntless.
everyone. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Dauntless, and I'm looking at this game. It looks like fun. It looks like something I could enjoy. It's a free roam type of game.
Yep.
I think
and
a lot
so,
of people are, which I think that's a big thing that's missing in the gaming industry nowadays, is free roam. Free roam games, it seems, are lacking, and especially cross-platform free roam games, because I think that is very important to the world. Because if you're having a free roam game that you want to play with friends, and for example, they have like a PS4 and you have an Xbox, you don't have much like variety in terms of cross-platform free roam games.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you save your
And
friend
I
safe.
love free roam games.
Another
You can't
thing that
play a
they-
free roam game and not because it's just less restriction on your playing.
Another thing I hope that both Xbox and PlayStation and maybe even Nintendo allow is third-party chat applications. Put Discord on the PS4 and Xbox.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Actually,
allow us to use our own chat applications so we can talk to whoever we want on whatever console and not have to deal with crappy like in-game voice stuff.
Yes.
Exactly.
I agree with that. I think that's a big thing consoles are missing out on is the third-party application. So Discord on PC, almost everyone has it if you're a gamer.
Yeah, if
Exactly.
if you're not I mean, it's the primary voice chat application for PC.
Yeah.
And
Because-
they tried to put it on mobile to like say, well, if y'all, well, I mean, console gamers can use it on their phone, but on a phone is so much less convenient because it means you have
And
to
the
have your
connection
phone.
is worse. The connection is so bad. Like
Yep.
I'm using my PC right now.
If y'all
but,
don't
like,
know,
if I
if
were
you-
to get, my laptop.
I know,
But if
it-
I were to get on my phone and then get to the Discord chat, my connection would be so much
I'm
worse.
about to say it should be kind of obvious to y'all, but Jonathan uses Discord on his iPhone. You can tell he uses Discord on his iPhone.
Yeah, man. Some of my final thoughts on Dauntless is I'm pretty excited for it. It's a cross-platform free roam game. Those are pretty rare to come across these days, as
Especially
you know, the-
especially good ones.
yeah, so yeah, that too. And
Exactly.
with it being free and by Epic Games, they already have the background of Fortnite.
Yeah,
It's not
Yeah.
like they're a small company coming out of nowhere. It's a big company that's made its
And
name in
what
the
I-
gaming industry.
Yeah, what I didn't expect is that people might want to get it because they're like, oh, it's Epic Games. There's gonna be something like related for it. There's
That-
not
that-
besides like having a hunt pass, quote unquote, which is what the battle pass I guess is in this game. There's nothing to do with Fortnite. Like there's no ties to it. No
Another thing,
relation at
I was skeptical about whenever I told Seth about this. I said, "Okay, it's a free game. What's the catch?" Because
Yeah.
with Fortnite, it's basically,
Pay to
do
win.
you want to be bullied?
Well,
Do you want to do
yeah.
do you want to be the lame kid in class? Then you better buy some skins. Better pucker up, Buttercup.
Like CS:GO, your social status is based on how many snipe skins you got.
Amen. And
But that's the thing about this.
exactly when I
because
looked at Donald's, I'm like, really? Like, nothing's
Yeah.
really.
the only thing you pay for is if you want to look cool, but you don't get bullied because the armor itself in the
looks
game that
sick.
you
Like
make,
even the base
it looks
armor that
sick.
you can get, like that, because I just started the game, but the base armor you can get looks pretty dope. Like you don't look like a default. You
Yeah.
don't look like an absolute noob.
And the customization, I mean, there could be more, but it is pretty good. It is pretty good for
Yeah.
a game for a company that just came off of Fortnite that has almost like no customization besides skins in it.
So also we're gonna leave it up to y'all to when y'all want to see it. Do you want us to post it every other day, or maybe there's like on Mondays if we should post it on Mondays, or whatever really. Or if there's multiple games you want us to play, we'll also just write in the
Yeah.
comments what y'all want to see
This
and
is
when
kind
y'all
of
want
an
to see it.
introduction to
Yeah.
adding gaming into our little channel of
Yeah.
ours.
That'd be sick.
So that was done with our like middle topic.
Yeah.
Our next topic is going to be: should PDA rules not be as strict in high school?
Okay, can I
Oh,
run this for a
boy.
second? Because I am super passionate about this. Because in my middle school, I got so much like glares
Sex.
from teachers and stuff for like hugging my girlfriend, and it made me so mad.
Okay,
Because
like
it's
as
just a hug. Like even I would hug just my friends. Like there doesn't have to be a romantic connection for me to hug somebody.
yeah, and the reason why I chose this topic was you see all these couples making out in the hallways. You see everyone hugging and touching each other. Is there really like PDA rules really don't matter?
Because
Teachers don't care, students don't
Yeah.
care, faculty don't care. Let kids be kids. Like,
Well,
I get middle school because that's when you're young.
oh yeah, middle
and-
school. That's why I said
But when you
not
get
be
to
as strict
high
in high school.
you're at a level that it shouldn't matter.
Think
Like, I
about
can
like
get like
uh,
making out. Like if you're in a class with a girl, just can't be making out in class. I get
Yeah.
that, but they shouldn't be as strict. Like if you give your girlfriend a kiss on the cheek, you're not getting yelled at by an AP.
yeah.
Like
Well,
it
the thing
happens
I
a
have
lot.
with all the whole PDA thing, yes, I think you should be able to hug your girlfriend, yes, and all that. But I think if you're gonna take it to the extreme of making out with her in the middle of the hallway, I think I should at least have somewhere private. That's my thing, because I'm just going off my day, man. Like I'm trying to get through my classes, I'm trying to do all that. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
think I should be able to
as
see you doing something private with your girl, you know?
as a very lonely
That-
and not
Yeah,
in a
that
relationship
specific
man.
situation.
Watching all these like couples date, I'm just like, can y'all please go somewhere else? Like, I get y'all love each other.
I get that situation because I am myself is in that situation of seeing a whole bunch of people in a relationship around me. We all three of us are,
Yeah.
except for Jonathan cough cough. But I get that, but there is a time and place for that. But it just shouldn't be where you are doing something romantic with your girlfriend and then you get an AP or a faculty member mad at you.
Honestly, if it was up to me,
Like
I would say
making in the hall,
like,
making
I
out in the
was-
hallway. I get that.
okay, for me, this is what I'd say. Middle school, they should allow like side hugs.
Side hugs?
Yes, like the
Yeah, my
oh
friend
hey
got in
best
trouble
friend
for
hug.
that. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, my friend got in trouble for side hugging his girlfriend on his way to class
That's crazy.
because she's like a lot smaller than him. Like he's maybe a couple inches shorter than like he's maybe 6, and she's like 5. She's like 5'2". Like the comparison is crazy. So like
Yeah.
he side hugged her because he's so much larger than her. His arm like almost
It's
went
like
like
me.
completely around
It's
her
like
waist.
me.
like
Yeah.
almost went completely around her waist, and the teacher got mad at him for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like again, I I think side hugs in middle school would be okay. Like I get if they don't want anything in middle school, that's perfectly fine for me. But for high
Yeah.
school, kissing may be a little over top, but allow hand holding and allow hugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I don't mind.
I
all
don't
the
like
P-
yeah, like
The subtle stuff. The subtle stuff.
Yeah.
like
Like, I
again,
get them making
holding
out in the
hands
hallway.
like cuz understand this. Homecoming is basically just a school sponsored date.
Yeah.
It really is.
So if you're going to allow
And they're
us
in
to
the
literally
stands, so,
become
like-
a couple and let us do couple things together on a date, on a school sponsored date, you're going to limit us to doing nothing? Really?
Hand-holding, like,
And
there
again-
could honestly
and
be
again,
way worse
who
at
honestly gives a
homecoming, and
fuck?
the teachers would not know.
I mean, my final thoughts on this is I believe that PTA should be less strict about all that, but I think you should at least, as yourself as a human being, know there is a limit. There is a limit
Yes.
to PTA that you shouldn't be making on the hallways all nilly willy in the public.
That is
I
a
don't
good
wanna
point,
see
like-
that. Most people
like-
don't want to see that. Sure,
like-
you can give her a hug, give her a kiss on the cheek. I don't mind that. I just don't want to see you going at it with your girl in the hallway.
Yeah, going ham on your
I've already
girlfriend in
seen
the
it.
hallway.
Going to Tim Review, I see it all the time. They're all in the
Yeah.
lockers, going all out, it, dude.
I understand. Yeah, that's in the hallway stuff like that. I get it. Like the making out, I get that. It's just the hand holding, hugs, stuff
Yeah.
like that. That shouldn't be as regulated. There should be rules, but it doesn't need to be as regulated.
I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with you holding your hand. I'm perfectly fine with you hugging each other. I just don't. I think there should be a limit that people should realize.
Yeah.
Because I don't think some people do know that limit. You're still in school. You're still in a public area.
Even the teachers get mad at least the people who go under the stairs understand that they can't just do that in the hallway.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
if
they
you're gonna do
understand
that,
they need a private space.
yeah, that's what I mean. Is if you're gonna do that and you're so desperate to do it at school, ooh, go to a private space. Go
Or just
somewhere,
wait,
go
yeah,
to a
just wait
restroom.
till school's
Or wait,
over.
yeah, wait till after school. You know, you're not gonna have anyone glaring at you. You're not gonna have to be worried about all that.
Yeah, and honestly, I would rather just like do it by myself. I don't want 300 people
Yeah.
staring at me as
No.
I'm kissing my girlfriend. Like,
Yeah, that's just my final thoughts. Is it needs to be it's okay right now, but it can be looser. It shouldn't be as strict. Like I'm not too bothered by it, but it shouldn't be as strict.
yep. And for the final topic of tonight, we have, of course, our list. And tonight, our list is 25 strangest things you can buy online. If
Boy.
y'all are new or don't know already, what we do is I will pick out 5 things from this list, and it will be Seth and Sean's try to answer where do you think it's ranked on the list.
Let's do it.
So, for the first one, for only $87, you can buy this advanced UFO detector. It's honestly the best money you'll waste today. Where do you think it ranks top 25?
Advanced
it?
UFO detector. That's interesting.
UFO
'Cause-
detector.
If you really think about it, it's unknown. Wait, it's unidentified flying object. Am I correct?
Yep.
Right?
So that's
What's that
just a radar.
It's just a radar. And I don't think it's that strange. I think it's maybe towards the top of the list, maybe 23rd.
Okay, Seth, what do you say?
I say 20 to 15 around that area. I say 20.
Seth was closer. It is actually 19th.
Yeah. It's
Yup.
like the first one I've actually got right before.
Oh. It's like something Amazon would sell that's totally fake.
Yeah.
Amazon Basics UFO detector.
Yeah, it's basically just a radar because like you could do the same thing with just like a normal radar.
Ooh, this one's gonna be interesting.
Get this one.
This one is an imaginary friend. Strangely enough, the image you see is an actual picture provided by the seller of her imaginary friend known as Bernard. It might sound crazy, but the invisible companion sold for nearly $3,000.
Jesus.
Imaginary friend that you can easily forget.
Named Bernard.
Okay.
I mean, at least they got a
Let's just
suave
start with the
name.
name. Who is gonna pay $3
Is he
grand
French?
for Bernard.
Yeah.
That sounds like a dog, but man, that's that's pretty weird. Why would you spend $3 grand on that? Why would you do that?
Yeah,
Why would you do
no.
that?
that's like
So-
the Beaver fans like spending thousands of dollars on a lock of Justin Bieber's hair. Like Jesus Christ.
So
Yeah.
yeah, my opinion, I think that's maybe towards the bottom of the list. Maybe let's say 12.
Okay.
Are you
Seth, what's your
that
option?
desperate for friendship? I'd say Sean's around the right area. I'd say yeah. I'm gonna go with 13.
Sean was one off. It was actually 11.
11. I was gonna say 10. Dang it! Then we would have been equal.
Yep. And for our third one, we have the USB Pet Rock. All you have to do is
Oh.
plug in the cable into the rock, sit back, and watch it do absolutely nothing.
Really?
Yup.
What's
That
the cable
sounds
for?
like a blast.
What's the cable for? That's my question.
Just to plug it in and watch it do nothing. That's its purpose. So it's let me get this right. It's just a rock.
It's literally just a rock.
With a USB port.
special LEDs or anything. Just a rock.
Nope.
Can I
Literally
get
a
variety
stone.
in the rock?
Nope. It's a stone with a USB cable for $25.
$25? How
For-
big is the rock?
You could probably hold it in your hand.
Okay. So
Sean's about to buy
rocks?
this rock.
I am. I'm considering it. I need a link after this.
Yeah, bro. I'm so lonely. I'm gonna get a pet rock that doesn't do anything.
Hey, I can just show it off to
Shove
my
it
friends.
into
Hey,
your PC.
Technological advancements, my friends. So
This is how it.
with
This
the
is
rock,
this is the new phone detox.
that's pretty. That's pretty weird. But at the same time, it's not strange. I mean, this is the strangest things you can buy online. It's not the Wii. It's kind of a sad thing, but same thing. But as far as the weirdest things you can buy, I don't think it's necessarily down there. I think it's sort of maybe. Ooh boy, I think it's maybe up there. Maybe like, I'm gonna go as I said earlier, 23rd.
Okay. Where do you say, Seth?
I'm gonna go 20.
You'll actually fall off. It was actually 6th.
It was 6.
Consider 6th.
I can swear there's a lot weirder things to buy on
Yeah.
Amazon. Pet rock that plugs
This
in.
one, okay, I'm just gonna give you a hint right now. It's a lot farther back than the other one. But in this
Okay.
one, in March of 2000, after NSYNC had, I don't know, I guess who's a rapper or singer. NSYNC,
I think it's a band.
yeah, had breakfast on a morning TV program. Someone ended up taking home Justin's half-eaten toast and selling it for $1,000.
Justin's half-eaten toast.
Oh, so a band play. I'm guessing a famous person's half-eaten piece of toast for $1,000.
That's
Right.
literally what I just talked about. A lock of Justin
Can we
Bieber's
talk
hair.
about Gamer Girl bathwater for a second?
Oh no! Did you know
Yeah,
they
no,
actually
got
tested
arrested.
it and it was just water? Like it wasn't even
Yeah.
her own bath water. It was just water.
She got arrested too, but we're not gonna talk about that. That's not why we're here.
That's not.
But-
We're not talking about.
Half-eaten toast for $1,000. First off, who would eat half-eaten? Who would buy half-eaten toast?
Someone who's a really big fan of NSYNC, I guess.
I guess. But
Or what if they're just hungry and rich? They're like, hey, I'm gonna buy this toast.
yeah, it's not gonna hurt me.
Hungry and
That's something
rich.
KSI would do. So I think in terms of weirdness, I think it's gonna go say 18.
Okay, Seth, where do you think it is?
A half-eaten piece of toast. I mean, yeah, I'd say. Let me go. What'd you go with, Sean?
I went with 18.
18th. I'm going 15.
Well, it was actually 16th.
Yeah.
And this is our 4th or 5th one.
This is our final one.
This is our final one.
Final one. Yeah.
The moon. Well,
moon.
not the whole moon, but 1 acre of the Sea of Tranquility can be bought for $32 through the New York-based Lunar Registry. An acre of the moon
For $32.
for $32.
So you're telling
Yeah.
me that if I flew up to the moon, I would own an acre of land. for
Someone
$32.
cannot land on that piece of land without claiming it as yours.
So I could just go and buy the whole moon for how much? Probably.
I mean, if that's
lot.
1 acre, and I can't do math that much, but it's probably in the billions.
Yeah,
Heck.
you'd have to. That means like Elon Musk could go and buy the moon,
He probably
just-
could.
just colonize it.
He'll
An
probably buy the
acre-
he'll probably buy the moon and call it Yeetville.
I don't know about that, man. Like that's pretty cool. It's not really weird. It's cool.
It
Yeah.
I
is.
did
It's
not
kind
know
of like
that.
the
Like you
the
could
Biden
literally
star.
say that's kind of BS because apparently most of the stars might be in the registry. You don't actually see any of them.
Well, with what I've been
yeah.
seeing with this list, man, I mean, you had a pet rock at number 6. How the heck did that happen? So I think all the cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm going like.
So I'm going number 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd say 2.
It's actually number 10.
What?
How?
How is that?
Would
how
y'all
is
like?
that-
Would
I
y'all
have a
like me
question.
to?
What's number 1?
Yeah. Would y'all like me to read the top 5?
Please.
Number 5 is for all those times you wish your banana had a little more protection. We introduced the most efficient banana defense mechanism known to man, the Banana
Yes.
Guard.
Love that.
I have no
Is it-
idea. I think it's literally just a place to
Okay,
hold
we
your
can
banana.
just stop there. This already tells you how stupid the top 5 is.
Number 4, a serial killer's fingernails. It's true. Roy Norris, a famous serial killer, had his fingernail shavings sold on the internet for $10 a pop.
Really? That's just disgusting. I
That-
don't know about that.
Why is that not number 1 instead
I
of a
don't-
freaking
because-
banana guard
well,
or whatever it was?
Number
That's what I
3,
agree.
number 3 is the Millionaire's Concierge lets you quote unquote rent celebrities for private events. Price ranges anywhere from $25,000 to up to $300. Okay, let me redo this. Let me just re-say this one. The Millionaire's Concierge lets you quote unquote rent celebrities for private events. Prices range anywhere from $25,000 per day to $350,000 per hour.
What do you
Jesus.
mean by privately rent out celebrities?
I can ask Juice WRLD to come to my party.
Are you sure
Guess
what's
who's
a
back?
private show or what's happening?
No, lets you rent celebrities for private events. If I
That
want Juice
Guess who's
WRLD,
back?
if I want Juice WRLD to come to my birthday party, I could pay $350,000 per hour for him to come.
I hate to spoil the fun, but I'm back.
Well, it's
Whoa,
The
it's
very
Jonathan
end,
coming
but
at
I'm
the end of
back.
the recording.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah. It's the end, but I'm back.
I guess better late than never.
That's a very
Yeah.
good point.
That is a very good point. I'm sorry.
It's
my
cool.
mom got really mad and we had to
let's
clean the
continue.
entire.
Oh no, that's cool. No, that's
So-
cool. That's cool. But for number 2, for $20,000, you can buy your child for $20,000, you can buy your child a commercial battle mech from the Japanese company called Sakakibara.
I want a
Kikai.
battle
You're
mech.
butchering it.
A
Just
battle
stop.
mech? So you're telling me like one of those like
Who gi-
robot suits?
A giant robot mech.
I
God,
want
dude.
one. Mom, can you buy me a battle
Okay,
mech?
that's not even weird. That's just straight cool, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
What's
really
the
cool
weird?
to have.
Okay, Andre, I have a question.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you can buy on the internet?
What is the weirdest thing? Would you like to guess?
I would like to guess.
I
Human...
want to guess. I wanna
Okay.
guess.
Is it that like 3-foot dildo?
Hold on. No.
No.
Hold up. How is human organs on there?
Human organs is number 25.
What?
Okay.
Sorry, wait. Sorry. It was 14th for a man's liver and 25 for a skull.
I don't know what the number 1 would be. Please tell me. I'm curious.
Number 1 is urine powered batteries. They're real,
What the?
and the Japanese
Hold on.
made them.
Of course,
Hold
the
on, how does that
Japanese
even
do
work?
that.
Of course
It is
You just pee
Piss-
into the battery.
It is like what are they called? Like the squeezy things where like you pick up moisture with them.
It's a sponge.
Squint. What is it called?
A sponge.
No. It's like this. Like you squeeze it and then water. Like it sucks it up.
A sponge.
Syringe. I'll just call it a
What?
syringe. You take a cup of piss, you take your syringe, you inject it, then you take the battery and throw it in your battery, and apparently it gives you 3.5 hours of charge.
Dude, I need like
And
I need, like,
and
crystals.
Do that
it
for
has no
phones. It's
and
like,
guess what? It
whenever you
has
apologize,
please,
you
no
whip it out.
waste. No waste.
No waste.
Oh my god,
They
the
can
comp-
just do-
the
Is that
company-
that's the weirdest thing I've heard today? But is that really weirder than selling human organs? I mean,
Well, I mean, people. That's kind of like a dark, like a.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
number
what-
17 is although this item was taken down due to laws against selling. Yeah, it's against the law. But although the
Yeah,
item
no
was
shit.
taken down due to laws against selling organs online, a man's liver managed to reach a bid of over $5 million prior to being shut down.
Yeah, but for the P thing, like do that for phones. So whenever your phone dies, you just whip it out.
Hell yeah.
just
And number
put it
two-
on your phone.
The middle of
Whip it
class.
out.
Oh
Your
gosh,
phone.
darn it, my phone died. I gotta.
Yeah, just whip it out and just all over your phone. And
Dude,
just
I'm-
Number 24 was
Oh.
Number 24 was Mortar Investments, a company based out of Prague, allows you to buy basically any vehicle that comes with treads and a gun.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
That
not
sounds
that
like fun.
weird.
Oh,
That sounds like
It's just
all the
GTA.
fun I need.
honestly, this is
yeah.
this list has been something. I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah, I feel like buying an acre of the moon for $32 should be higher on
Pretty
the list
freaking
than a pet
dope.
rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Dude, I want to do that.
a pet rock was on number 6 that you just plug
Yeah.
in.
How does
for-
a pet rock outdo the moon?
The moon,
I mean,
an acre of the moon.
Personally, I mean, what if you had a pet rock
rock
on
is
the
the
moon?
thing
What
to
if
take care of.
what if you order a pet rock from
What if-
Amazon and send it to the freaking moon?
What if your pet rock
Yes,
is the
yes,
moon?
I want 1-day delivery
Big
to the
brain.
moon.
NASA, but we're live from NASA. Here we have a shipment of a pet rock that some idiot bought on Amazon, and he's trying to ship it to the moon.
And for 1 day,
Like-
it's 1-day delivery.
What? It's freaking Amazon Prime. He's going at it.
Amazon Prime.
But listen, it's Amazon Prime, so what they're really gonna do is just put it in like a cannon, shoot it at the moon,
Hope
Yeah,
they
that
make
sounds
it.
and just hope that they hit the moon.
Yeah, that sounds about
No,
right.
okay. Imagine like, Im- imagine like Amazon. Imagine you order a product from Amazon, but it's accidentally sent to your address to the moon. So you wonder why all your products weren't coming. It's because they were like on the moon on your area. It's just boxes and boxes of stuff.
I have
Boxes of stuff.
I have a suggestion. What if your pet rock that you bought off Amazon with the USB plug is the moon?
Oh.
And that's our cue to end this thing.
That's a good way to end it.
Yeah. So, any final words about any of our topics tonight?
I mean, my most interested one I was most interested in was the PS5 because I'm
Yeah.
really curious to see what they do. What will they do to outperform the Xbox and improve upon what they had before, and even see, hey, can it compete with the mid-range PCs? Is it possible for a console that is supposed to be made for consumers, like moderate, regular families, to be able to compete with a possible mid-range PC? Is it possible for that to happen?
Yeah, that was
I
probably
mean-
my favorite topic. Another one that I was very interested in was the PDA rules. Just because I want to see how that
I'm mad
turns
I
out.
missed that one.
Yes.
I'm mad I missed that one because I actually could have had something to say about that.
I mean, we're ending
Yeah,
off right
I
now,
said
but
it
you can say
plenty.
something about it.
Don't worry, John and Nathan. I probably covered you with that.
No. He
I
can
also,
say something.
you-
He can say something right now or before we end it.
yeah.
I mean, like having a girlfriend, PDA is like a thing that has to happen, or it's just not gonna work out. So
Last time I checked,
I
to
think
date a
that-
girl, you have to kiss him.
or
yeah,
at least hug them.
Not necessarily.
Like,
yeah, at least hugging them.
Yeah.
you have to
If
show some
PDA
physical affection.
rules, if PDA rules are strict as they are, no relationship is gonna ever be had.
Hell
and
yeah.
everybody's gonna
High
be
school
sad and
sweethearts
depressed all the
wouldn't be a
time.
thing.
Oh, for sure. And everybody would just be sad and depressed all the time, and nobody
Like
would
me.
have anybody.
Uh,
Andre,
Oh yeah, Jonathan. By the way, I did out you for being the only one in a relationship in the
ooh,
group.
yeah, he did.
oh, dang.
So anyone else got any other thoughts, man?
Dang, man.
Dauntless is gonna be really
Had to
fun.
out.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
Dauntless is
definitely
gonna
hyped up
be
for that.
so fun.
Because from what I could tell, it's gonna be a free-to-play, free-roam game, and that's something I've been asking for gaming industry. I'm looking at you for years, and it's gonna be really fun.
What other industry
Especially
could
being
you
it from
possibly be talking
especially-
about?
Especially being it's coming from a known game, like a game company that's really known for Fortnite, one of the
Epic
biggest
Games,
in
one of the
world.
biggest games of
Epic
all
Games,
time.
yeah. And knowing how they did so well with Fortnite, I want to see how well they do with this game.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
they
can
did
see-
amazing. Me and Seth have played it together. It's awesome, dude.
Yeah, the soonest recording, you guys, depending on whose house Jonathan is at, I might be the only one with stuff because Andre has played like once, and Jonathan might not be on the correct Xbox account, depending on whose house.
No, actually, when I'm at my dad's, I'll be able to play and have all my stuff with me. But when I'm at my mom's, I'm a little bit fucked.
Yeah,
I think that should
it's
be
it's
that,
not too
man.
hard. To,
I mean,
it's
I
not
honestly
too
would.
hard.
I
I mean,
honestly
it's
want to
not,
start
but-
from like the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being a reason why.
I don't really like cheating. I cheated on GTA and that didn't work out too well.
Or
Got
just
bored
starting
real last quick.
like it's fun starting a brand new series from the ground up, like
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Like start not
Like,
you don't
yeah.
start.
you could
you
also
don't,
use the podcast as an example, which everyone should subscribe and turn notifications on and view every video, man. Because I tell you what, these guys, this is my first time with them. They are phenomenal at what they're doing. They know what they're talking about, and they have solid arguments.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And speaking
I
about
didn't
this,
expect that out of Sean. Oh my
and
God.
speaking about that, if y'all
means a
want
lot.
Sean to continue to or become an official member of the group,
Ooh.
write it in the comments
Ooh.
and tell us, do y'all want more of Sean? Do y'all want more of any other people that we want? Or anything like that, to be honest.
Do you want another technology guy who knows what he's talking about, unlike me and Jonathan?
Yeah. A guy that
Yeah.
puts up serious arguments about every subject.
The guy that actually knows what he's talking about.
It's-
Something, some things.
yeah.
Social situations, not so much, but we don't talk about
Hey,
that.
that's not cool.
Girlfriends, not so much. Okay,
Man.
I won't talk. I won't talk.
Come on, man, you can't do me like that.
Well, guys,
Uh,
that's gonna
I-
end. Oop.
I laughed so hard at your girlfriend joke, Andre, that I leaned back and unplugged my headphones.
Nice.
Great job.
Nice.
Well, guys, thank you for watching today. We're so glad if you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, actually, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and maybe even catch us next time. And for right
I'm
now,
sad that I didn't
this is the Friday Night Foreigners.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Hey, at least I got it. At least I came.
Bye.
At least I was able to come.
Yeah. For this,
Yeah.
and this is the Friday Night Foreigners signing out. See ya.
Goodbye.